Guys, we got the EA UFC 2 beta, and inside of the beta we have skills challenges, and inside of those skill challenges, as you can see, we got Daniel Cormier with Clinch challenges. Now here's Daniel Cormier's in-game character model. In the beta, we only got to look at the welterweights, so to see a light heavyweight is pretty cool. As you can see, he even has his birthmark over there on the left side of his chest. I mean, this thing is really true to life. You actually get to move around and, and look at Daniel Cormier's, model in action. Now, whoa, this guy's coming out like really bombing. Okay, so let's talk about takedowns, how you want to set them up first. First thing, let's look at some of the strikes Daniel Cormier has. He has a right hand haymaker, and he has a power punch, so a lot of times, you can use these things to like set up your takedown. You don't want to just go right in and rush in for the takedown. So we can set something up, and if it lands, then we can go in and shoot for the takedown as such. You see now we did a single leg. So all right, let's back up. To do a single leg, all you have to do is hold L2 and press forward on the right stick. All right, now if you got an Xbox, it's just a left trigger and forward on the right stick. Same thing. You also can hold L2 and hold back on the right stick. And what you're gonna have is the double leg. And the double leg lands you into his full guard. All right. So also outside of that, if you hold L1 and L2 together, press forward on the right stick, you're going to perform a single leg high. So let's see if we can get this guy to run right into it. He does. And this is a single leg high. And that lands you all the way in the side control. So if you want to be, in an advantageous position, once you hit the ground, then you definitely want to do some of the advanced takedowns. Now, if you do hold L1 and L2 and hold back, what do you think he's going to do? He's going to do a double leg high. All right, so L1, L2, see if we can get him to walk right into it. He does, and that's the animation, and it lands you right in the side control. Again, another power slam that you're going to do damage to your fighter, and whenever he's on the ground, you're going to be in an advantageous position. One transition, you're already in a full mount. Now there are some more advanced techniques that we'll get into later where you actually can land in full mount. All right, so now let's go into some of his other takedowns. Some of his other takedowns are from the clinch. To initiate the clinch, all you need to do is press right on the right stick. Press forward on the right stick. Now you do that. If you do that, he's gonna go in a single collar tie. And so from here, if you hold, you see it says takedown for L2. So we have a couple of options here. So if I hold L2, I can do the single leg or the double leg. We've seen that. Okay. If I hold L1, look, I can actually whip, and strike from that position. But this is for takedowns. All right. So let's get back. So you hold L1 and L2, you get these options. You get the single leg high and the double leg high. I'm just going to press back on the right stick and show you we can do the double leg high from here. All right. So let's get up. All right. So let's go back. Let's initiate the clinch, and we're holding L2, and then now let's hold down. This does a trip, and this also just lands you into full guard. All right. Now, if you go into Muay Thai, let's see what we got. We got an outside trip. We get, nothing for. They just show you. They give you all options as you can press. So L2, if I hit back on the right stick, then I'm also back inside of of half guard. So those are some pretty good takedowns. Okay, now let's move right along. Let's see what we get. Let's see what our options are from once we get into single collar tie. Let's go into the over under. Okay, now we can go back to the single collar tie. Now you can't see this, but this is a hip toss. If you hold L2 and you hit down, you'll do a hip toss, and this winds you up in the side straddle position, and you know you can initiate submissions and land some pretty good strikes and do some pretty easy transition denials from this point. All right, so let's get up and let's go back into the single collar tie. Let's go into this over under, and then you also can do the advance. You can do single leg high, double leg high, and then that's also a hip toss. The computer actually gets the over under advantage on me, and I hold L2 and down. Look at that. Wow. That's a crazy takedown. All right, so let's go into the double under. Now you have takedowns here. You got a body lock, double leg, single leg again, which we've seen. Now if you hold it, you see you got the body lock high. Let's look at that. See, that's a big power slam right there. You know, so now let's go back. Let's go back to the double under. Okay, now if I just hold L2 by itself and do the body lock, see, it just goes right to his full guard. So you really want to be aware of, you know, your more advanced takedowns, right? Because if you get all the way, you know, to this double under, you know, this is difference between being in his full guard, all right, which you're not in an advantageous position, between holding advance and hold L1 and L2 and hitting up, and then you're doing his body lock high. I mean, you're in a total different position. Now you're just one transition away from full mount. Okay, let's look at more takedowns. All right, so let's go with the over under. Let's walk our way to the double under, and then let's go to the back clinch. Now from here, let's see what the takedowns are. We got a suplex, then we hold L1 and L2. We got the suplex high. All right, so now let's just do the regular one. See what happens. Okay, that's just like a drag down and you land in side control. That's pretty cool. All right, now let's do suplex high. All right, let's go over under, double under. All right, now let's take from the back clinch. Now let's look at the advance. Now if I hold up, I mean, you get yeah, see he takes a lot of damage and he's still in side control. You know, so that's cool. Now from any one of these positions, you know, we can look at like a single leg high. And from here, anytime you do a single leg high, you know, you have a chance to slam him right into full mount. Okay, so what you want to do in this situation is you want to hold L1, L2, and then what you want to do is you want to go for the single leg. All right, but when that meter starts to fill up, you'll feel your controller vibrating. All right, and it's a very small window that you have to swoop the controller. That's all they say is swoop. Okay, so the vibration indicates that you're approaching that window. So for me, I always try to time it at the very end of that vibration. Then I'll go through and try to swoop. Okay, there it is.
Job today, man. Your takedowns were on point.
All right, we're just scratching the surface of what this game has to offer for the takedown and the ground game. If there's something I missed, let me know in the comments below. All right, now we're doing a game giveaway of EA Sports UFC 2 Day 1 console of your choosing. All you have to do is, one, be subscribed to this channel and subscribe to my Twitch, which you can see on the banner, and leave a comment that you want the game in this video, and I'll choose someone at random, and boom, you got the game. Now, I want to thank you guys for making this channel hit 4,000 subs. I never ever thought it would go this far. It is much appreciated, and that's why I am giving back. I'm giving a game away, and I'll be doing more game giveaways, and also we'll be having more tutorials coming up about the ground game, striking, specific fighter details and breakdowns of all of their abilities, and whatever you guys want to see, just let me know and we'll run it. So I'll see you guys in the next video.